What is going on, party people? It's your boy, Coach D Brown, in the place to be, former first round pick and big leaguer with the Kansas City Royals. Listen, I want to say what's up to everybody listening. I hope everybody had a great weekend. Um, Beautiful day here in the mid South area. All right, got to be around some ball this weekend. Sun was shining, everything was great, and it was good to see just get on the field, man. It was have my boys out there playing and good to cheer them on and good to see them out there grinding away and working on achieving their goals and dreams, man. So it was just a great weekend all the way around. And I definitely want to get this knowledge out to you. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Keish? What's going on? This was, I got a real special, what's up, Amy? What's going on? All right. So I just had a special weekend, man. I got to talk to some new athletes. Shout out to Amy on here now. I got to meet her son and drove up and got to work them out. Say what's up, Coach Terrence. What's up? Hope Mississippi Valley State is doing their thing out there. All right, we definitely wanted to. I had a great weekend. Meeting some young men and that I believe got a bright future. All right, Coach Terrence, I got a big boy out there I want you to see. What's up, Curtis? Callie in the house. All right. So, I wanted to talk about my message today is, it's time to realize you're an athlete, right? And, the three things I want to make sure that I, get across to you today, all right, is that, I want you to guys understand, and this is for, especially those that age of that 12 to 15-year-old range. All right. This is when you start realizing who you are, and you should start realizing who you are. And, I want the first of the three tips. I want to make sure that you guys understand that you're different. You're essentially a leader and a role model just by being an athlete. All right. Second is you need to train and understand that your body is your temple. Your body is your money. All right. And part three is just basically wrapping those first two up and the quicker you get this and understand this, all right, the higher you'll go and quicker. All right. There's no shortcuts to any of this, but if you get these three understand these quickly and understand this, the sky's the limit for your child. All right. Bottom line. All right. So I want to make sure that we get this across. And why do I say this? All right. So I had a talk last week. I was talking to a couple of young athletes. All right. And it was, it's just they weren't taking care of their bodies like they should, all right? And what I mean by that, they was, dealing with some issues with tweaks and all of that, and, they're saying that they, not feeling good, but then I asked when they go home, are they doing the necessary, are they treating your body, their body like they're supposed to, all right? You can't say I'm hurt and then you don't ice, you don't stretch, you don't do these type of things. So I had to, I wanted to talk about this last Thursday, but I wanted to make sure I bring it up to you guys. So, my message today is real simple. All right. Just time to realize you're an athlete. All right. For that age group. Right. So essentially the first tip I want to make sure you guys understand is this. Once you kind of, really establish yourself as an athlete, meaning like you're playing multiple sports or you're just playing, baseball full time. All right. You're essentially giving up pieces of your childhood. And there's an understanding that goes with this. You understand that, there's sacrifices and everything that needs to be made once you sign on to be a high travel ball playing baseball player or playing multiple sports, right? Because essentially you're saying, I am marking my territory. I'm standing out from the rest, all right? I'm signing up to stand out from the rest, right? And that means I don't go to the same parties. I don't enjoy the same things on the weekends. Certain weeknights I'm getting in 9, 10 o'clock at night. My reasoning for doing my schoolwork is a little different. All right. My mindset on how I just live my little bit of my, even though these kids only been in the earth a small amount of time, but the quicker you understand that I have an understanding of why I'm here. Meaning like here on this earth, right? And I say this to the people, the kids who understand this quickly, that listen, you're different, all right? And I say this, and sometimes I have to point to the school with certain, athletes, and I say, listen, 90% of these kids out here don't necessarily know what they're going to do yet in school. But you already know. You have a dream and aspirations to play in ball, so you are well ahead of the game because you're going to ask different kids in the school, some police officers and doctors and lawyers and all that type of stuff, and they have, and I'm not saying to say they don't have like goals and all, but most of those kids, they don't have no idea what they truly want to do. All right, I can't say, I don't know what the percentages are, but I know it's a very high percentage of people that go to college with one direction and end up changing majors right in the middle of their college, career, right? So essentially, they have an idea of what they want to do, and once they go to college, they're changing up. And then there's another large percentage of people that get degrees and don't even have jobs or anything career-wise that's dealing with their degrees. All right. So when I say that I talk to, and I'm talking to these young athletes, I'm making a point to know that if this is what you truly want to do, all right, if it's, obviously we're talking about baseball here. If you truly want to be a professional baseball player, or you want to go to college and play college baseball, all right, you essentially are ahead of the game with 90% of your fellow classmates. By being that, right, knowing that what you want to do, all right, you are setting yourself apart. But now you have to know that because you're putting yourself out there like that, and you're in high school or you're junior high, you're a role model to other people. All right, that's why athletes are so looked up. That's why an NFL guy or a Major League Baseball player or a basketball player can mess up and do something crazy but their career is over, all right, where the same doctor or a person who's a social worker or something like that can make the same mistakes and they may get suspended and all of that, but they are right back at their job. Where athletes are held at a higher standard. It's not fair, but it is what it is. All right. You may not want. I remember back in my day, back when I was a teenager, Charles Barkley used to sit and say, I am not the role model. Your parents are, and all of that, right? And essentially, yes, your dad or your mom could be your biggest role model in your life, but the most athletes are essentially role models by associating themselves by just becoming a professional athlete. All right. You know what I'm saying? This is part of what you're signing up for. So that means, but with that responsibility, right, you got to be on time. You got to be essentially a role model student, meaning like you ain't getting suspended. You ain't slacking with your grades. You want everybody when you get out of high school or starting in middle school, out in high school, you want essentially to, and I'm not saying to go out and please everybody, but you essentially want everybody to have a good word to say about you. Oh, he works hard. He or she works hard in the classroom, or they work hard on the field. Not just working hard on the field and slacking in the classroom, or not just doing good but bad behavior. All right, you have to set the standard extremely high. All your friends should look up to you. All the people in your classmates and all of that should like want to almost be like you. All right, that's essentially what becoming, like signing on to be an athlete is. Okay, and it's just by chance that once you start understanding this at 13, 14, 15, that carries on well into however long you play. All right? Just remember what I'm telling you. You are a role model and leader if you like it or not. Bottom line. All right? Second part of this, all right? When you are essentially signing on to become an athlete, right? Your money, your everything is it comes down here, but definitely with your body. Your body is your money when it comes to when you are choosing athletics. It's not a doctor, it's not a lawyer or anything like that. It's obviously we're talking about kids and all that, but it's your body essentially is your money. All right. So when you out there, and the kids I understand kids do kid stuff, all right, but you out there thinking you could jump off of this and do what everybody else is doing with your body, you essentially are shortchanging yourself. All right, I tell this I told it to my daughter, I told it to all my friends, because I understand kids are going to be kids. But when they're out there breaking bones and coming in and they're hurt and all of that, and they ask, and I understand playing sports and all these type of things, it can happen. But too many times I see, young athletes coming in with doing dumb stuff to their bodies. All right, running at nighttime in the woods, or I done dealt with the last few years with just crazy stories on how I broke my ankle, how I broke my leg, how I broke my chin, or any crazy and I'm like, doing what? And I know they got to be boys or they got to be kids. I understand that, but again, it's all about understanding what your goal is. The quicker you do that, the better you'll take care of yourself, the better understanding you have. Your body is your money. All right, your body is your money, especially when it is a hardcore, high competitive nature when it comes to travel baseball with showcases. And you can't, with the whole adage with professional baseball, you can't make the club in the tub, meaning like you can't make the money and being hurt. Right? Everything is your money. Everything, your body is your money, and essentially you have to treat it as such. Your body is your money. The body is your temple. All right, going biblical. All right. Understand that's just, and I had this conversation the other day, and it kind of it messes with me sometimes, because I'll be like, man, and Lord knows I did some things, kids that like I skated through, right? I fractured thumb here and there, but it was always like baseball, basketball, or sprained ankles. I was on doing the necessary, I was on the field getting these injuries. Now I never, doing, I don't know. I could go on and on about just dumb stuff that kids do, wrestling with their friends or in school and got some slammed on them and broke a finger. And, and it was just, sometimes I just want them to understand, like, man, just understand, like, this is, and I know that 13, they can kind of get over it, heal up real fast and nothing, but sometimes the patterns that happen at 13, 14, they continue to go on. I know guys right now that always had issues with their body and all that because they couldn't help themselves to do dumb stuff. All right, that's all part of like maturing quicker and understanding like what's at stake. All right, understanding that you're a leader, that you're a role model, and how you act, people are going to follow. All right, part of that is also training your body. Understanding if you're starting to be 12, if you're 13 to 15 years old, you start forming muscles. You start understanding how a body is supposed to look. Okay, that's when now you have to start putting in your brain how a diet needs to look, how it's supposed to eat. Parents, you need to help your kid out at that age group too. All right. Especially with young boys and stuff, they start growing and they start understanding muscles and stuff like that. Now you got to start, that's when the mind starts shifting. For me, it started right around 14, 15. I started really understanding like, wow, I'm starting to gain these muscles and I like the way I'm looking. You know what I'm saying? I want to continue to look this way. All right. So I can't go just eat, all the stuff I want at McDonald's. I used to do that. And then I'll go right on the exercise bike and start pedaling. I was telling the story the other day to somebody. I was like, yo, as soon as I ate something crazy and I didn't feel good, like I knew I ate so much, you know what I'm saying? I would go on an exercise bike, all right? And I would just ride. I was 14, 15 years old, just ride and just until an hour or so later, until I felt like I burned every calorie I ate. I understood about calories and all that type of stuff at 13 and 14, 15 years old, okay? Like I really cared about how my body looked, all right? And the quicker you can understand and get to that, the better, all right, for a young athlete, all right? So just remember, again, you are a leader being an athlete, all right? It's time to realize you are one, meaning like I'm a leader. I'm a role model. Accept that. I can't do the things. I have to sacrifice the parties, sacrifice the girls, sacrifice the boys if I'm a girl. You know what I'm saying? I have to do these things, all right, because I am a leader. I'm a role model. I ain't getting sidetracked from my goals. Part two of this, all right, is also understanding that, and I would train and understand that I can't do the dumb stuff or that because my body is my temple, my body is my money, all right? My body is my money, and I want the younger they can get this, their understanding of this, all right, is the better, all right. And I know it's hard for 13-year-old kids to look like, to look 3, 4, 5 years down the line for scholarships offers until the 14-year-old kid right next to them get the offer, or the 15-year-old kid gets the college offer right away. Then it becomes a realization, because that's what's happening right now. I'm talking about this. All the 14 and 15-year-old kids right now are getting opportunities and getting offered scholarships, okay, right away. So understand that, all right? And part three, and all I'm trying to do is wrap this up quickly, all right? When I mean by quickly, meaning like the quicker you understand that I start separating myself, right? When I'm 12, 13, 14 years old, I don't necessarily need to go to a weight room, all right? I don't necessarily have to need the weights and all of that. I can go behind the scenes. I could go with the doors closed behind my room. Instead of playing Fortnite, I could go out there, be doing push-ups and sit-ups and challenging myself to do as hard as I can. All right. You don't need all these weight rooms and all that type of stuff, especially at 14 and under. All right. But you can be behind the scenes and all of that, doing push-ups and sit-ups. All right. Seeing how much you challenge yourself, training your body, understanding that. And it's not just training your body, you're training your mind how to do extra. All right. You start separating yourself. All right. I know I'm doing these push-ups and sit-ups where I know Michael down the street is playing Fortnite. All right, I'm going to do 100 push-ups now and sit-ups and all of that right after, because I know that so-and-so, I'm trying to take so-and-so's position on my middle school team, on my high school team. All right, the more you start learning how to do more than the norm, the higher you go at this game, because that it may start with 100 push-ups and 100 sit-ups as an 8th grader, will essentially end up being 100 and 1,000 more ground balls and swings when I am playing in college. It's the simple process of doing a little bit extra. You've had professional guys come on here. You've had college athletes on here. You talk ex-MLBers and all of that. You hear the stories of guys going 5:30, 6 o'clock early in the morning. All right. You have my Harlem Globetrotters, my boy over there, Tay Firefly, talk about he used to go open up the Boys and Girls Club over there while he was in high school. All right, not professionally, while he was in high school, 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, and practice his jump shot. That's why he got a D1 scholarship basketball. Or you heard my boy Brandon Montgomery, who's a minor league prospect over there with the Dodgers, how he would go in the cages at his high school at 6 o'clock and hit, and sometimes to the point, sometimes he'd be running to his first period of class because he was late, because he was hitting early in the morning. He did it repeatedly. There ain't no trick to this and all of that. It's hard work and all of that, but it's understanding. And I guarantee you can sit there and you talk to those guys, the Tay, from different sports, but I'm talking baseball, the Montgomerys, the guys that's been on. I guarantee you they sit there and tell you, I ain't hang out like everybody. Do I mean like you just sit back and you don't go no? But you ain't trying to make every party. You know when somebody doing something they ain't supposed to do, you jetting. You say peace. By the time after my freshman year in high school, right, I knew I can't hang with my boys no more. I can't do the same thing my boys is doing no more. And later on in life, they respected me. They tried their best, you know what I'm saying? And now later on in life, they be like, man, I should have did what you was doing, D. I should have did what you was doing. And again, I wasn't a total angel, but I know that what they was doing, I wasn't trying to do. I had too much to lose. All right. Essentially, again, I ain't asked to be a leader. I ain't asked to be a role model, but I accepted those. I knew what came to the territory. I knew that I had to keep my nose clean. I knew that, I couldn't, act a certain way, get suspended from school and all of that because a resume is being built. That's what the worst thing you could do is have a recruiter or a scout come back and be like, oh, he was suspended back in this. He was doing this and all that type of stuff. And I made sure I wasn't an A student. I'll be the first to sit and tell you, but I did what I had to do to get what I had to do grades-wise to the point where after my junior year, all I did was sit back my senior year and pick which school I wanted to go to. All right? So it ain't no, hard work form. It is hard work, but it ain't no like special, whatever. All right. Once I realized, it took me right around 14, 15 years old, I realized I was a high level athlete. I cannot do the same things that my boys are doing. All right. I know that I got dreams and aspirations, and they coming to. I started getting letters in the mail from colleges. All right. I started understanding like, damn, my body is changing. I'm looking crazy. I know that I got bigger muscles and stronger than this person over here and that person over here. I want to continue to look like this. All right. So I'm going to eat. I love to eat, no doubt about it. All right. I'm paying for it now. But I'm saying back in them days, I would eat, but I go right out there in the football field and run 100-yard sprints. Nobody looking. I would run 100-yard sprints. All right, continuously. Push-ups and sit-ups every night. And it wasn't just because I wanted to do extra. I actually loved doing it because I would love how it was making my body look and feel. All right, so the quicker you get that, as young athletes and all of that, all right, you just start doing the little stuff here and there, start getting your mind right, understand I am a leader, accept that. I am a role model in my school. I ain't being the jack butt, all right? I ain't being the jack butt in the school. I ain't trying to be the class clown and be everybody cool and all of that, all right? I ain't trying to be the smooth one and have all these girls and all that, because they're going to gravitate to you because they know where you're going. If you're doing it right, they know where you're going. So they're going to latch on to you, right? All right, but I understand I have my goals and stuff. I keep that before all the girls, all right? I know how to train. The quicker you get this, the quicker, the higher level you can go. All right? Passionate about that. Just had to talk about it. Who on here? Let me just give a little shout out to my people on here. Bo, what's up, baby? D Brooks, what up with you, man? Battling Conference Coach is a grind. I see you, Coach. Sergio, what up, baby? Keisha, what up? Sergio, what up? Bill, what's up? Tony, Callie in the house. George, what up? Deanne, what's up? D, my little girl just saw your hat. She said, hey, Dad, that's... You ain't lying. I'm going to post them, Mike. All right, I'm going to post them. Joy, what up, baby? Chris, what's up? Bubba, what's going on? Kenny, what's up, baby? Jessica, what's up? John, what's going on? Mark, Indiana, what's up? Tara, what's up? Travis, what's up? Jessica, how you doing? Mike, what's up? David, what up? All right. Definitely gonna get my boys to watch this episode. I put in the work exactly, man. And it's not. It's just a little simple, just a little extra. Get them in the mindset. Get them in the mood. Get them in the understanding. I am a role model. Accepting that I am a leader. All right. That means looking the part, acting the part. All right. That means the sit-ups and the push-ups behind the closed doors. I guarantee you right now there are a bunch of athletes over there are doing the push-ups and the sit-ups and all that type of stuff that you don't hear about them, you don't see it and all that type of stuff until it's game time and you start seeing the extra. You guys, I know we're baseball people over here. We know who put in the extra work. We know who do the extra lessons, the just do some extra practice, the ground balls and all that type of stuff. And then behind the scenes, they're doing what you got to do. All right. Essentially, I understand that there's people that listen. I tell you right now, I was not an all-A student, no doubt about it. But right around my sophomore year, it clicked in for me where I was like, I have to be serious about my grades if I want to change. It got to be a point where my mother didn't have to tell me no more. I ain't have to argue with her no more. I got upset with myself when I didn't get the grade that I felt like I was capable of getting. And she knew it. I mean, we would argue all the way through middle school, all the way until that time when I was like, Mom. And she saw it and she stopped. I mean, we would get into it at least one class I have trouble with. All right. But once I just clicked. I was 14, turning 15. It's just I accepted who I was and who I was becoming. I accepted it. And that's why I want parents, please let your kids understand this and hear this. All right. Once they fully accept who they are, who they were called to be, the sky is the limit. That means all the stuff I'm talking about, the training, understand the body's a temple. I can't do all these things. My grades are going to be good. And then that first part, of course, is always understanding that, I'm the leader. I am a role model. Not just on my team, but in the school. That's honor society. That's student council. That's not trying to be the cool one or whatever. That's stepping up. Because all of these is essential for resume building. So I highly recommend, please have your kids listen to this. Have them accept who they are. All right. If they are wanting to be a ball player, they have to, the quicker they accept who they are and start following this, these rules that go with this, rules to success in this game, the sky's the limit. All right. All right. Let me see. I gave my son this very speech at 11, 12, and 13. And all right, good, Keish. No doubt about it. Chip it up, baby. Ronald, thanks for everything you talk about. It's great advice. I appreciate it, Ronald. No doubt about it, man. Brian, what's up, baby? Good to see you this past weekend, man. You know what I'm saying? That's right. Just continue, parents. Just continue to keep pounding it in their head. Let them know who they are. Who they are. They are different. We as athletes are different, all right? I still consider myself an athlete. Once an athlete, always an athlete, right? Obviously, I ain't doing it on their level no more, but you are an athlete. Accept who you are. Have them accept who they are. And it's a lot of responsibility that goes onto that. That's why when we get in trouble, you see I say we, but NFL and professional athlete, you see it. They don't talk about the 10 things you do good. They talk about the one thing you do bad, and it's plastic. Why? Because they feel like it's a privilege, even though God has blessed you with this talent, but you are looked at as a role model. So you headline news every time you mess up and do the crazy stuff. All right. So once you start putting it in your brain now, I knew I couldn't hang out, I couldn't do the things that whatever, because it take one mess up, one newspaper article, now it's social media, blasted all over the place and all of that. And you see guys getting left and right, getting scholarships taken away from them for things they're tweeting and acting and doing and all that type of stuff. Everybody had a camera. This little thing right here is a freaking camera. Everybody, everywhere you go. All right. Gotta just understand it's a different way of life now, man. All right, man. Good to have the coach. They will listen to this tonight. I appreciate it, man. Please, Jay Meyer, what's up, baby? No doubt about it, Jay. I'm glad you love the hats. I saw the picture, man. Guys look great in it, man. Appreciate you purchasing the hat, man. We started lifting 2 months ago, and my boy put 17 pounds of muscle in Coach D. The difference, how my boy hitting the ball, running the bases is crazy. No doubt about it, man. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Shell? Once you put in, there's no formula. There's no like magic pill and all that. You got to put in the work. But at that age, between that 12 to 15-year-old range, the transformation has to happen. I am an athlete. I am an athlete. I have to treat my body as such. I don't get hurt and not ice. I don't go out there to just play and all of that. Come up talking about I'm tweaking muscles and I don't warm up and stretch properly. Okay, I don't just go out there and treat my arm and treat my body any old way. All right, I get the proper rest. I don't play Fortnite and video games all night and then get up early and be dragging butt and all that type of stuff, because that's what muscles get pulled and all that when they're fatigued. All right. I treat my body as such. The quicker they get this, to understand this, how to treat their body, how to go about their business. So when they get, all of this, when you become, a college student, definitely into the professional, right? Because more money is and all of that. All that does expose how much more you are of, right? So if you're about your business and before you get money and all that type of stuff, then when you get it and you get these opportunities and all that, all you're doing is exposing it to the world. You're more of whatever you are. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, those guys are professional. Yeah, you could turn and train and understand here and there, but once you get to the professional level, and I'm just talking from a freshman, college too, you got to learn how to work. You got to know how to work, because you will get exposed and passed up. So once you're on the highest and the highest level, you see why guys are great. You see why they're here. You see why the less talented guys outwork the guys. And that's why they're here at the major league level or the D1 level. Put in the work. All right, that's my time today. All right, I want to say peace and love to everybody here. All right, I just, I appreciate the support, man, and love, man. Again, the training, I actually got, off-season training. I know it's during the season here, but you can take the same exercises, dumb it down a little bit. All right, from anybody 12 to 13 years on up, I have a training program, part of my Big League Shortcuts training. All right, it has a 12-week program in that. All right, 12-week. You can definitely in there go take three drills here, 3 tips, 3 strength training, and all of that. All right, they are built for 12 and 13-year-olds on up. All right, you can definitely take that, and that's part of the Big League Shortcuts training system. That's what you get, a 12-week training program right in there. You can take it with videos and pictures of what exercises you need to do. Okay, I'm here. I'm training high-level athletes. I want to be a part of high-level athletes. I want to, shout out to Sean and Henry and Thomas that came up and drove up from Jacksonville, Florida to work with me this past week, and I gave them the same knowledge. All right, you know what I'm saying? Same thing. All right, they came up here and drove all the way, 12 whatever hours over there to work with me this week, and I appreciate them and all that type of stuff, and the same type of knowledge, the same type of thing I'm giving you guys. All right, I appreciate you guys. Continue to just battle out there. Please show your kids this, okay? All right, I want to say peace and love. Love you guys. Come get this work in, man. Come make this money, man. It's too much out here. Too much out here to make. All right? Kevin Hill will be viewing this tonight. He's heading in the right direction. I appreciate you telling him. No doubt, Deanne. Dustin, what's up, baby? I appreciate you, Amy. No doubt. Glad to have you on board, too. Peace, Coach D. Send me that information so I can send that letter off to you. No doubt about it. I got you, Chipper. Glad you're a part of DB Elite, too. I watched that video on hitting home run. I applied what you said and having your hitters count and waiting for that money ball. Pitcher threw me a fastball right over the plate, threw you on home to the left. Your video works, D. No doubt, baby. All right, Tony. All right. That's my boy Tony over there, right? Men's league over there still. Hey, my training system works for, young, like kids learning how to hit, all the way through dudes over there still out there playing, having fun, professional-wise and all that. It's, listen. Come on, man. I'm out here trying to help everybody out here. That's all I'm trying to do. All right. Let me, I think I've got a few more comments. Let me see, make sure I hit everybody. Yeah, Bill, my recruiting session was great, man. I had, shout out to my boys out in Jacksonville, my people out in Jacksonville. I mean, I know I added some great value to them. Great kid. Very excited to help him from now into the future. And I appreciate, the parents coming up, taking out their time and their busy schedules to come work with all, Coach D. One-on-one. All the way from Florida. I appreciate it. If you guys ever want to, look into anything like that, it's part of recruiting services, no doubt about it. But, holler at me about that. All right. I know, Keish, we talk about behind the scenes, Keish. All right. We're going to get you time. I got to give you that call. I know we talked about it. Beans turned 10 today. Every day push-up, sit-up. No doubt about it, Jaws. All right. Tell Beans it's a happy birthday. All right. Tell him it's a happy birthday. All right. 10 years old, getting it. Peace and love to all you guys. I want to make sure tomorrow, same time, 3 o'clock Central Time, we keep this ball rolling, keep this knowledge going. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys, man. I'm going to holler at you. All right. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.